Welcome, guys. Welcome. We're back into Distant Worlds 2, of course, today, and we're sort of playing whack-a-mole, or actually we're the mole in this case. And the whack-a-mole is the Dayhuts, and we're trying to protect our holdings as they are in the north of our north of what we've got. And I didn't realise actually I've already finished my water. I was sort of answering emails and doing Discord feedback and stuff like that, and completely drank all my water. So I'll just go and grab myself a fresh glass. I'll be right back. All right, now, if you've been watching this on my YouTube channel or on on Twitch and following what we've been doing, this is not where we left it last time. I played for 2 hours on the Slytherin channel. Whenever I go and play over there, stuff happens, and in this case, the Dayhuts attacked. So let me just go through and give a summary of what's actually gone on here. So our empire is this empire through here. So we're sort of stretched all the way out across up to this point, and then out through here. So we're sort of like a long line through the middle of the galaxy is what we are. We're playing as the Gizarians, which are a bug faction. There's a number of other bug factions around us. We've got like this particular group in through here is a fairly aggressive Boscaran faction, but they've been quite friendly with us because they're also insectoids. We've got another Boscaran faction which is really expanding a lot now. This was started off as just a single little colony, sort of in the back blocks, but it's actually now really accelerated. This is a hive mind, which is the best way for the Boscarans to play. This Boscaran group over here is actually a military dictatorship, and they've actually fragmented off a few times into like with different civil wars, so they're not as strong as they could be. If they were a hive mind, they'd be a real threat in the middle of the galaxy like this. We have the Miletus, I forget what their actual name fully is. They're this sort of pinkish sort of force in through here. They've been our traditional enemy all the way through the game up until recently, where we took this world in through here, where we ended up getting essentially taking one of their big worlds. It was a Gizarian world, full of Gizarians, so it assimilated straight across to us anyway. And they do have a few other Gizarian worlds which I would like to take. These were independent worlds originally, and so I would like to grab those back from them at some point, but they've actually, in the end, they've vassaled themselves to us, so they've actually sort of subjugated themselves to our rule, and so they now are essentially helping us. And so and the Dayhuts are this massive faction up in the north. So that all the way up there is the Dayhut faction. They're the game leader by quite some distance. They've also subjugated this little group in through here, which are Ikaru, which are sort of like a primate type faction. The Dayhuts are another bug faction. They're sort of like a spider faction. I thought we may get away with them not sort of really worrying about us at all, because we're both insectoids, but they have now decided to declare war, and so they're winning the game by quite a distance. And we've got some very, very clear objectives that we want from this first phase of the war, because this will be a sort of essentially multi-phase to sort of get this thing to actually sort of then work. They've got like a lot of production that they can then sort of bring to bear, which they are doing, and they also then have their ally, or their vassal. So we've got one vassal down here. They've got a vassal up this way, but if we have a look at the victory conditions, you'll see there that they are actually way out in front, back out through here. Still a long way to go to win the actual game itself. So this is why I do like that we are now going to be doing this war. This is now the right time for me, and you can see down through there all the bug factions are in the top of the leaderboard at this point in time. Dayhuts out in front. We're coming in second. The Boscara that are next to us are very, very similar to us in terms of economy, and they're also coming in third, but very, very close to us. Then we have the other bug faction that we saw on the other side there, which has really come out of nowhere and is growing very, very strongly. So we've got the insectoids all the way through. Then we actually have the interesting there, the Artooks. the Karuba Imperial Coalition. We haven't really come across them at all in the game, so they're not really been a big problem, but their economy is strong. Economy is probably the most important thing at this point, more so than the actual victory conditions. They're nice to haves, but and we can sort of see they conquer the most enemy colonies. They've conquered 31 enemy colonies, the Dayhuts. Control your homeworld of Sarasit 3. Now, that could be something that we actually have as one of our goals eventually, not yet, but eventually. Enslave other races to your colonies. They've done none of that yet, so they haven't actually enslaved, which is sort of unusual. I thought they would have actually, just for that one. If they got hold of that one, they'd boost out to here somewhere. Actually, what would it be? Yeah, if that's if we divide that in, yeah, they'd actually end up over here if they did started to enslave, because I don't think anyone else has actually done any enslaving either. Everyone has their own unique victory conditions in through here. So theirs is to conquer. So the Dayhuts is all about conquering. For us, we need to capture the most ships and bases in the galaxy, which we've done. We've captured 29 of those. Have the most colonies in the galaxy. We're only halfway through that one. The Dayhuts have got 36. So this war hopefully will then sort of change that around, where we can then sort of take a lot of their colonies from them. And because they're up in the corner of the galaxy, I'm either going to wipe out their colonies, which will also then give me the more colonies than them ultimately, or and I'm thinking of doing that one seriously. Like I've got to make a decision now as to my approach to the Dayhuts. Do we exterminate or do we take over? And if we can. And spend the most time at war. The Kurelia Coalition Republic has done a lot more than what I've done, and built the most military ships in the galaxy. The Artooks have built heaps more than what I have, so I'm running behind in all of those conditions. Not that I worry about them so much at this point in time, so they don't really matter. It's at the moment it's all going to come down to economy, population, and not even so much territory, but economy is really the big thing. And you can see there that they are pretty much triple the economy that we actually have. So the Dayhuts economy, we have to look at that as well. Probably in the long run, not maybe in the short run. As we have a look back through some of the others, there's the Miletus that we sort of had crushed in their war. So they're struggling now. Their economy is still the same size as ours, though. So they're doing quite well. They will rebel. I know that at some point. At the moment they're quite friendly with us, but they will rebel, and we will then have to go back and squash them yet again. But in the meantime, we will. Nothing we can really do much about that one through there. They've got the Karamoja, which is they've been traditional enemies as well with each other. Humans, then the Teekans. That's the Lara Eden Retreat, which is now the vassals of the Dayhuts. They've been absolutely crushed. All of these other units down through here have been crushed. This is actually one of those martial orders that has been pulled out, that rebelled from this particular group of Boscara, and so they've actually split away, and they're not very strong, but they're sort of off to the side somewhere. I've got some Dayhuts that look like they've somehow split as well. So we don't know much about the Dayhuts, other than the fact that they've got some massive advantages, which I'll go through in some detail here. About minutes saying AI in Distant Worlds 2 doesn't enslave at all. Oh, that's something they should look at. That really is something they should look at. Pierce is saying maybe take them. What am I saying? Of course, exterminate. Well, I'm thinking exterminate is going to be the easiest way for me to sort of get rid of them, clear the galaxy of them. We do have one very, very powerful invasion force, and so I will look for invasion abilities. So we've got that as well. On YouTube, we've got Hi Sheikh Vivid. How you going? And excited for the anniversary update. Yes, no, I keep on checking to see if there's any more beta updates that I can sort of lock into, and there's none there yet. Hi Naz, how you going? Congratulations on your win the other day. So anyway, let's keep on going. And then the Heart of Mithril saying hi, and the Actual Potato saying greetings, fellow comrades, as it is I, one of your kind. Anyway, let's keep on going. So that's sort of like just a bit of a presentation as to where we are. The diplomacy-wise, the Dayhuts, where are you? There they are. The Dayhut Inquisition. and we're at war with them, as you can sort of see down through there at this stage, and the Alara Eden Retreat. Now, they're not going to be, the Alara are really something we can just almost ignore, but we have to, they do actually have invasion forces around, and we have to destroy those. So, but they're not really going to cause the big problem. You can see that they're an admired reputation, but they are vassaled with the, they're a vassal of, if we have a bit of a look down through here, the Dayhuts, so subjugated vassal, so defense pact, military refueling, galaxy map sharing, free trade agreement, non-aggression treaty. So, and they're friendly with the Dayhuts. Yeah, so they're actually the Alara. So the Dayhuts feels friendly towards the Alara, and the Alara are pleased towards the Dayhut Inquisition. So they are actually that's something where they're not going to split off. So they're sort of they're happy in that one. We could eventually even take over the homeworld of the Alara Eden Retreat. That could be something that, because that's nice and close, and that would be a good planet for us to actually have just for the economy of them. Thank you very much for the subscription there, Lost Raven. So you're saying, I need this game. Yes, it's a very, very cool game. For me, it's sort of like the most immersive of the Space 4Xs, but that's because it's a simulation game before it's anything else. It's a simulation before it's a game, which I'll try to explain what that means as well. Let's have a quick look down at the Dayhuts, which are the leaders of this war. Now, their reputation is noble, which is unusual for them. They've got a lot of subjugated people living underneath them. So diplomacy research, they've done a lot of diplomatic research. Actually, that's mainly what they've got. They've destroyed creatures, they've caused unjustified wars, including against us, and intercepted espionage. A lot of their spies have been intercepted. They're displeased with us. Now, they're going to become more displeased as we start to crush them. And I think we will be able to crush them. I haven't really analysed their ships at all. And so we actually have a thing here of undermine. So we're not even trying to conquer them. The Alara, I would think, would be conquer. No, that's undermine as well. I can change this from auto to manual, and then give the advisors what I want them to do with this one. I think we might change that one to conquer. These are the different things we can then go and do with each faction. So by changing that there, the advisors that we actually have that come up with, like from the simulation, will now start to think, okay, look, maybe we should do this, or maybe we should do that. So we're going to get little messages coming back over here that will then sort of give us advice, or give us suggestions as to how to achieve these diplomatic goals. The Miletus are, now we actually have they're respectable. Their war weariness has come right down. This is now going to make them fairly dangerous. We do actually have Befriend as the auto one that's in through there, because they are a subjugated vassal. So they pay us a little bit of credits each month. So not a hell of a lot, but it's enough. It's like 2,000 extra credits a year, which is good, 2,400. They're friendly with us as well, so we'll just keep that one, but it's rusting away slowly. So that's going to eventually they're going to rebel, and or they're going to ask us if they can leave being our vassal, and I'm probably going to say yes. They still have colonies that I want. So, but at this stage, I'm just going to have to leave a police force back where they are. Like what I was doing was leaving my main attack forces there ready for them to rebel, but it's actually not really where we're going to be. So that's sort of a bit of a summary as to where we are diplomatically, etc., etc. So yeah, down in the south. So we are now stretched between managing the north. We're trying to protect the north and actually then make headway on that side, but also keeping a police force in the south to keep the Miletus honest and keep, like, they're our ally, but we do have to be careful. We also have to be careful that we don't stretch the middle too much between the police force in the south, protection in the middle, and then the actual war itself in the north. So the game tends to because nothing's really, or not much is abstracted in the game. Like, you really do have to think in terms of, like, you know, the territory that you have. So it's not something where we can just sort of you know, take fleets here, there, or whatever. I mean, we are doing that, but it's there's always a cost to it for whatever we're doing. The actual potato is saying, what I need is the ability to mod this game. Well, it can be modded. It's more difficult than certainly than the original game. A lot more difficult. I was actually going to do a tutorial on how to mod, and but I never. It was too hard for me, to be honest. I just didn't understand it all that thoroughly. And I know it can be done. Like, for example, you can build the ships out of Blender, and that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to do a Blender tutorial for bringing ships into the game system. There is a tutorial on how to do it, which Kevin, one of the graphic devs, actually did a tutorial. But I did find it very, very hard, so I didn't actually make my own. I was going to make my own, but in the end I didn't. Which I probably should relook at that and see if there is a cleaner way to sort of work that one. Now we've got where do we get up to? So the actual player saying, any news on them improving the play automation AI? They've been working on that, and I think it's really quite good. I mean, you set up what you want, and then you are, like, you know, the Dayhuts. So we're not. It's been a hard game up until now. You know, we've had to sort of scramble a lot in this game. So I think, like, in the AI, I find the AI pretty damn good in this game, to be honest. It feels like the player automation AI is trying to just screw me over. No. It will, depending on how you set things up. There's so much you can set up in the game to make it play your way. And so, like, and I'll just quickly sort of show you where a lot of that is. Like, if you just go straight back into the automation settings, so Empire policy settings. There's all sorts of things where if you open these, the advisors, the main one is just in through here with all of the automation that you can sort of set up. But that's just like, that's sort of almost like a basic one to do. But then you do actually have much more specific things in through here, for example, what they'll actually report back, or with colonization, you know, what sort of suitabilities they're going to go for. These aren't great examples, but once we start to get into even that's, you know, target approval for small colonies, you can change this. This will change your economy immediately, almost, because this will target approval for small colonies is 40. If I change that down to, say, 20, and then the medium colonies down to, say, 10, what I'll find is that they'll start to tax the colonies a lot more. So even just by changing those, I end up with getting an automation through the whole game that actually will improve my economy. So, but at the expense of growth. So, by having the approval lower than 40, it basically means that the growth will then go down. So, they won't grow as fast, but I'll get money. So there's certainly those sorts of things. So it specifies the target colony approval level for small colonies, less than 10% of maximum population. When tax rates are automated, tax rates will goal seek to achieve the specified approval rating, lowering to increase approval and growth, rising to increase tax income. So just by changing those, you can automate your taxation, but at the expense of growth. So there's all these things that are just part of the game. You know, when you do sort of peel back the layers. That was then diplomacy. That's just basic construction. These are interesting. These are, you've got your priorities, sort of how you want these to sort of to work. Now, I didn't actually. I was tweaking. I don't like these numbers at all. These really, and I've sort of punched some numbers in here to try to get them to auto build spaceports a little bit earlier than what they were, but the numbers are just too wildly big to really make sense of when to build it. And I've only got access to small spaceports anyway. I'm just trying to figure out minimum distance between spaceports. I changed all of these. That's 5 million, so 5M. Because I do want to have multiple spaceports in systems because they're great for protection. Population to build a small spaceport. So what have we got there? That's 30 million. It's maybe too small. Anyway, we'll get because I've got the base automation is automatic. I'll put another 0 in there. Actually, I'll do 15 at the top there. I'll just try it there. This is exactly the same number. God, this is confusing to see this. I wish it would just have M. Just so that you know you're talking about million. Yeah, they should. Madman is saying they should just reduce it to million for that instead of placing 10 0. Yeah, it's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. That's sort of, this is where, yeah, the number is what they're using in game, and for us, for the UI, that really should be different. I'll try to remember to give that feedback to them, because this is yeah, it should just be in bracket M, and then they do the maths at their end and multiply it, you know, by a million basically. Yeah, so the actual potato is saying I do 1 million for small, 500 M for medium, and 1,000 M for large. Yeah, look, it's 1 million. Well, 1 million is nothing. Like, it's 30 million is what comes. So 1 million is not enough. I think you mean 1 billion. But I want to have it relatively small. Maybe it is. Maybe yeah. I think I've done this. I've got this sort of wrong here. Yeah, I don't want to go back and just click on the defaults again for it. I could start a new game and try to figure that one out, and then come back and do. I might even do that actually. Anyway, these are the you can set all sorts of things for your automation. That's really what I was getting at. I should actually check that, because I know I screwed that up the other day, and I'm not happy with what I've got there. So I might even do that now actually, just while we're thinking about it, just so I can sort of go back. So I'll just do a I haven't actually unpaused the game at all, so there's nothing we've really done. I'll just do a quick save. Escape, save game. Yep, and we'll just override that one for now. All right, I'll just go back to the main menu. I'll just quickly start a new game and just see what those settings actually are. Hi Tenru, how are you going? Okay, the actual potato signal. By the way, I meant like in the form of fleets, just going to one target, then switching midway to another, they're going back and never committing to a target. Yeah, I don't have that as well. Hua Bubba's saying, hey Daz, afraid to derail the conversation or press you to something, but do you plan on continuing No Man's Sky? I'm not sure actually. It's sort of one of those things where I wouldn't mind showing the like in building a cruiser while we still can. We've still got a few weeks to be able to go and do that one. So I'll have a look at that one. I've got a lot of games that are launching in the coming weeks, really, which I also want to cover. So I'm unsure about that one. Yeah, I may look at trying to build a cruiser, because that will actually be something a bit different. Just sort of see how we go. Hi Tenru, how you going? And Naz is saying it did make me start a new game of Captain of Industry. I'm enjoying that. So yeah, with this is so Naz on YouTube won the Starbirds. Hi Stardagger, how you going? A pro tip: the more you do manually, the happier you'll be with the results. Yeah, look, I don't know if that's the case with this game. It's like it's one of those things where I think. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think that's a good maxim to have with Distant Worlds 2. Anyway, let's just quickly go and start a new game. I'm just going to rattle through whatever we end up having. Should just pick the Gizarians, I guess. Yeah, that's got the Gizarians there. Just go and grab all this stuff. Just start a new one, and I just want to see what those defaults actually are. And then we'll just tweak them from there, because I started putting the numbers in and then thought, what numbers am I actually putting in? Because and then I changed all the numbers without even really thinking about them. So we're not playing a new game. I just want to see what those what the default settings are. I didn't want to click on default for anything else that was going on. In this case, we're off on the side here. I always like the starts of these games. Like it's sort of like anything can happen, and so it's quite sort of fun to sort of see that one. Just go back to our automation settings, go back to colonies, and actually where was it? Construction. So how many zeros have we got there? That is 5 million. Okay, that one works. That's just remembered exactly what I had before. In that case, yeah, it has default. Nope, it still hasn't done it. This hasn't changed. I've got default there. I'll go expert, and then I'll go back to default again. Oh, it hasn't changed it. Damn it. I don't know what the defaults are. I can't change them. Well, that's another bit of feedback I should be giving. I should be jotting these things down. Construction. I'll give that feedback across them for both of those. Yeah, that's a problem for me, isn't it? I don't know what the numbers are, so I'll have to rely on one of you guys to open up your version and have a look to see what those numbers actually are supposed to be. Yeah, but it's saying can't wait for the Pirates expansion and their new ship texture. Yeah, that'd be good actually. It's sort of the game has needed that, I think, for a while. Let's go back to the main menu and just open up where we were. So let's go and continue our game. Oh, hang on, this will be the one that we've just started probably. No, it shouldn't be. There shouldn't be any save there. Yeah, here we go. All right, let's go back to it. So we are playing Whack-A-Mole at the moment, and we have a lot of stuff going on. There's all these different Dayhut invasion fleets. There's invasion fleets from the 9th invasion fleet back in through here. What we have to be careful of primarily is the number of infantry and armour. So this is actually a fairly strong force coming in from the Alara Eden retreat, sort of moving down from their territory. And they're moving in towards the Raltier, which is a smallish colony that we actually have over this other side with the 101 101 million on that particular world. So so this is actually one of our colonies. We have another colony here at Gulrath, where we've actually had like a whole series of different attacks coming in. We've got a lot of different groups coming in from all over the place. Down through here, we've got a strike force from the Dayhuts, really close to our capital, and so they're actually the problem with them is that they're actually attacking one of our spaceports, which I don't know if they. Oh, sorry, I've clicked the wrong thing there. Just go to the 28th Strike Force. So they're attacking the Kurilia spaceport, which is they're most likely not going to succeed against that one. So they've only got like one ship in that particular group, one of their destroyers. So we'll have a look and see what they've got. We actually should have better technology than the Dayhuts, which is unusual for the Gizarians, but we have focused very heavily on that. And we also, once we get rid of this thing, we do actually have a very, very particular plan in mind of what we want out of this, and I'll show you that in just a minute as well. So they're attacking, that one ship is going to be coming in to attack. Now, this one, yes, this is a single ship on its own. What do we know about it? Not much. It's jumping across at the moment. So it's a Bootum 6, and if we have a look and see what it's actually made up of, it's got a large pulse torpedo. Now that's interesting. The pulse torpedoes come from the Kurilias, which are on the opposite side of the galaxy. So they've been able to steal technology from the other side of the galaxy to actually go and pick these up. They've got two large. Hang on, is that theirs or mine? That's theirs. Yeah, that's theirs, I think. Yeah, we didn't have Talos shields. So, but we do have pulse torpedoes. We're using them as well. So, because we stole them as well. So they've got the pulse torpedoes, two large ones there. That's going to be a bit painful for us. We can sort of see through there that they have a negative shield bypass. So they're sort of not very strong against shielding, but their armor bypass is very, very strong at plus 40, and they do a lot of damage. The damage for these is 78, and maximum range is 23. And so that's that for us is going to be a little bit of a problem, this particular design. So we are going to take damage with these ships coming through. They're going to do a lot of damage. But we also have the same sort of thing. They've got mega density fuel cell, which they've also stolen, which we have as well. They've got a quantum reactor. They've got a velocity drive in through here, which has given them a hyperdrive speed of 720. I would love one of those. They've got Velocity Drive version 2. I don't know whose tech that is. I think it may be their own tech. I think they may have an advantage with that. So that's actually, that means they can travel really quickly through hyperspace. So that's really what they have. They've got 2 lots of heavy armor. Our armor is better than theirs, and the Talos shields. They've got iron damage defense is actually really quite high with those. They've got version 2s of those as well. So shield penetration chance 8%, ratio of 40%. So there is their shields will fail when we do attack them. If we just go and exit back out of that one, so that's one of their destroyers, which is on its way across. Actually, where is it heading? We have a group over through here as well. I'll just go back through all of the different bits and pieces, but that's the Naniji system. We've got a 1.2. There's we control this one, but there's Boscarans that have actually come and joined us. So we actually have they're going after that particular spaceport. Now we've already had one fight here, and we've been able to hold back a invasion fleet from this particular location, from the spaceport. So we do have ion bombs, Intimidator surge blasts, Epsilon torpedoes. We haven't auto designed this ourselves. So these are but we do actually have a lot of small craft here. So that we're still building up from the last attack that came in the last session. We're trying to also build a hive fighter base. We've got the planetary bastion, which will protect the world. We're trying to build up forces on this world as well, just to protect it. But the hive fighter base is still under construction, and that will then, once that's actually done, that we're at nearly 60% construction there, we'll then be able to get like a lot of different fighters now fighting for that particular planet. That one I'm expecting to lose at some point. So anyway, that's going off to attack that particular one. So they're moving off. The other ones that we end up having is, I think we've got everything we need there. There's nothing fighting there at this stage. But there is another group, that this invasion force is coming down to Raltier. We have a strike force down through this other side, which has got like a couple of destroyers as well as some frigates. And so they're going to be fairly powerful. They're moving to Himalaya mining station, wherever the hell that is. We can see there's another big group of ships in through here, which are not that force. That force is there. So we haven't seen these come in to our long-range scanners just yet, but but there's a big group coming in here, and we don't know what they are. So we can't pick what they are. I'm expecting that to be another invasion fleet, to be honest. So I'm thinking that they're going to be coming in. If we were lining it up with something, if they were bouncing off Nemoria, I don't know what they're aiming at, to be honest. So we'll have to find out from that one. Back in through here, we do actually have an ongoing invasion happening. So we've actually got the 23rd Invasion Force is here with a lot of 30 infantry and 3 armor on board that particular invasion group. This is actually where the first fight's going to be, the first big fight. So we need to destroy them as quickly as we possibly can. So they're already here, and so we'll be sort of starting off this this session with the attack on those. So that will be a very, very important battle just to protect this world here. And we've got 1.3 billion on this world, and we are building again up a few different groups, trying to build the planetary bastion as well as the hive fighter base there. So we've been a bit recalcitrant, whatever it is. Like with our with supporting what we needed to back into here. We haven't been building these bases in this region of space because it seems so safe. So these are worlds that we want to try to keep hold of if we can. We need to crush their ability to invade us, but there's a lot coming. There's another invasion force coming back through here, the 5th invasion force. So if we have a look and see what that one is, this one here has got 9 infantry, 15 armor, so a hell of a lot again. That's refueling at Hyadum 3. Hyadum, where the hell is that? Not sure where Hyadum is. But we're sort of just trying to keep these invasion fleets away at the moment. Let's just do a quick search for that. Got a few ships that will be going back there. Hyodum 3, there it is, gas giant inside the that nebula. Well, that's going. If they're going back there, this may be the one that we actually pushed away from. This one it was too difficult for them to attack. Although I think it was this group over here that's attacking that was the problem. So this one here, the 5th Invasion Force, is moving back into this nebula to then go and refuel here at Hyodum 3. Now this is going to slow them down because they're then going to be inside the nebula, and that will actually, their superior jump speed will not really be of any value to them. The other big problem we have is this one through here. This is the 22nd Fleet, which is actually this is attacking something. They're going to go off then and refuel at the Himalaya 1 mining station. Let's go and look and see where that one actually is. Or Himalaya. Himalaya 1 mining station, which is where? Back over here. So they've got a mining station back out this way as well, which is another gas giant, which is giving them some fuel. So they're moving. That's a long, long way away, if that's where they're going. But the first one they're going to be doing is attacking a ship, and I don't know which ship that actually is. Attack the Evil Courage, which is a pirate ship. Okay, that's fine. That's not something we have to concern ourselves with. So there's a pirate ship on the outside there. So they're not moving in to help with this invasion, which is a good thing for us. In terms of what we actually have, so we're scrambling a lot here. We have a fleet in through here. This one here is moving to, this is our 6th attack fleet. This is one of our strong fleets. We do have we've got an admiral on board. We've actually been building up light cruisers. Now the enemy doesn't have light cruisers at all at this stage, so this is actually a bit of an advantage for us. And if we have a quick look at the pulse cruisers, these are using the same sort of pulse wave cannons that we saw there on the Dayhuts ships. But we do have, these are much bigger than the Dayhuts ships, so these will actually be more powerful. This is one of our ships, but you can see our jump speed is only 480 rather than 720. I don't even think we're very aware of the velocity drive. If we have a quick look at the what we have, with construction specialization coming up. Sorry, where is it? Yes, we're trying to. I'll talk about what we're doing in here. This is long-term stuff that we're trying to affect at this point in time. But with what we do actually have, the jumps, where are they? It's the armor. It's maneuvering. Yeah, so we don't even see what they have. So that's something that they've been able to protect very, very strongly. We're up to here with the Jerax version 2s, and we don't have a chance to really sort of get these other ones. We're not smart enough to grab these sorts of speeds. Now that one there would take us to 552, which wouldn't be bad. The Equinox wouldn't be bad at all. That's then going to take us up to 573, so 576 if we could go and get that one. So we need to get more hyperdrive research to be able to research that one. So what we've been doing is trying to fudge our way through with technology that we want. I'll just quickly go through what our big objective is long term, as long as we can hold on against this fight. Is we've gone through destroyers. We've now opened up the multi-role, like the light cruisers, essentially the multi-role starships, and then it splits off from there into capital ships. So we've then got the battle cruisers at the bottom through there. That then splits off even more into battleships. So there's that line through there. The improved cruisers as well will just give me sort of like more powerful cruisers, more so than just the light cruisers. Rapid assembly is one where we can get better construction yards and massive troop transports, which we don't need really at this stage. But the one I really want, because we have a massive advantage with our small craft. This is like our secret sauce is small craft. the secret sauce of the Dayhuts is their hyper jump speed. So if we can get these carriers, these light carriers, that's going to be a game changer in terms of us being able to get small craft into fights, like anywhere that we want them. So dedicated carriers is one that we do want. What the problem we have here is this has got a massive research threshold of 40% in construction. But we happen to have a bonus of 23%. So we're still 17 away. We've got 19% from construction research and 4% from all research. So we've been sort of very diligently trying to get our research up, and we start off with like a negative 20 playing as the Gizarian. So we've done really well to even get it that close. So we're actually, to try to put that into perspective, our bonuses, which I might just quickly just do a bit of a quick summary on that one. If I go back to what we have and go back to bonuses, you can see we've got an all research bonus of plus 4%. But when we have a look and see what we've actually got through here, we start the game with negative 15 because we're Gizarians. We're not very intelligent. Negative 5 because we're a cell hegemony government. So our government is also not intelligent. So we end up with negative 20 right from the very, very start. Then we get all these different bonuses. So we're getting 5 from our leader. We're getting 10 from a science academy at Athfar 1. We're getting plus 2 from a research centre. Then we're getting plus 6 from one of our scientists and another plus 1 from another research centre. So we sort of cobble that together to get our all research up to 4%. This is a really important stat, by the way, if you're doing anything with this. So we're at plus 4 there. To put that into perspective, the Miletus, which is our vassal, have like their all research would be something like plus 25 or plus 30 or something like that. So it makes it easy for them to go for these more high tech research. We can only really get basic things by default, but for us to get carriers, which are really important to us, we need to get our all research and our construction research up. Now we're already at 19 from here. The Gizarians do have a natural bent towards construction, so we have plus 10 from our Gizarian race there. So even by default we'd be negative 20 with all research, but plus 10 from that one, so it'd be negative 10 from the get-go, which in the context of what we're looking at there with the research is ultimately is negative 50 that we have to make up, which is a lot. And again, we've then got from a couple of scientists of also then boosting it another 9. So what we need to do is we need to get our construction research up to be able to then build those carriers. And there's 2 ways we can do it. We can do it with technology, which is what we're doing. You can see we're getting construction specialization down in here. We're still a little way off. And yeah, to crash research, this one's going to cost me more money than what I've got. So I'll probably have to save my money. I've just got to hope, because we're so dumb, that we actually don't end up losing all this research that we've done. Anyway, we're going to be trying to get this one through here. But what this one will then do is it'll give me another plus 10. Now we're still a little way off getting the construction that we need to do this one. So the Empire bonuses are that we get the construction research of plus 10 and the engine research of plus 5 if we build the construction academy, which is what we're going to have to then go and build. So that's the goal at this stage, is to try to get our construction research closer to that magical plus 40 that we have to get to. And you'll see there that even with this, we have high-tech research that we needed to actually achieve before we could even start to do this research. And so we had to then go and find research stations that actually gave us that bonus. And interestingly, when the Dayhuts attacked, we were happening to be looking at that. There's another research centre that they've got back over here somewhere that does give another bonus. If I go back into my search again and click on research, there's not very many of them. Oops, better if I... what am I doing? Why is the E key not... There we go. These are all the different research facilities. Now, if we just go back and have a bit of a look, we can then sort of see that there's 2 research facilities back out here, another one back up there and in there. So one of these is actually is one that we definitely want to go and get. So if you have a look at this research centre from the Dayhuts, that's hyperdrive research, 17%. That's not one that we really need, but it would be nice to have. The Roteans are not ours, so that's actually a Boscaran one. That's shield research. It's definitely a Dayhut one, so it must be up in here. Must be in the Kruben system. So this will be one of our main goals for this. Once we fight them off, is this research center here. That's high tech. Actually, that's not what I wanted. I thought there wasn't one that they had that was. Maybe it's this one. One of them was. See, where is it? It's industrial research. That's not what I thought. There was a construction research up this side. I may have got that confused because I did need to get high tech before I could actually do anything else. Let's have a quick look through them. If we just go back through the Dayhuts, the Dayhut looking ones. There's 11. Now that's Kawahana. So this one, where is that? That's way over there. That's too far. It's way too far. Okay, so they've got one way over there. Kruben is high tech. Oh no, there's the 16. They've got 2 Kruben research centres. I knew they had one. Where are you? That's the one that we want. What that does is it gets me plus 16 construction research from, like if I can take that particular one. So one of my major war goals will be to take this, to essentially grab this planet, or the ability to actually have this research center here. So they've got a couple of research centers in this location. So getting hold of Kruben will be important to me. So that's actually, and so if we go back again and have another quick look at this one with what we're looking for. So how much do we need? That's going to give us 16, and that should be enough, I think. What do we need? So we've got 23. So, and we need to get to 40. So, so if we got, so we're 17 away, but so we just need to find another 1% somewhere else once we get that one. So it's going to take us really close to being able to get those light carriers. So that's actually a goal that we have. So that's actually sort of one of the big things that we want to then be doing. All right, well, let's just go and watch these fights taking place, and we'll sort of just keep on resetting. Actually, with all of the different groups that we have, you can see that Athfar, our home world, has now been left unprotected. So we're bouncing around a little bit with the fleets we have. First fleet is on its way. Attack the Angry Stab. Where are you? Oh, Hive Swarm. Yeah, this one's coming in to attack the Hive. We've committed ourselves to this attack. So we will be going in against the Hive. There's a Hive fleet that's now moving off that's going to become more aggressive. And so we're sending in our main fleet, our first fleet, to go and attack that one. And then they'll have to then come back in and try to then sort of catch up with the rest of what's going on. The second fleet is moving its way across, back up, away from this other sorts of territories to move up to defend. So refueling at Gulrath 1 spaceport. So we're trying to move all the way back up into here to pick this one up. So they're going to be moving up to the front lines. The third fleet is another one refueling at Rail Tier 1. They're already waiting here for the invasions to come. And you've got to remember that the enemy doesn't have long-range scanners where they can see what we're doing. So that will be a pleasant surprise for them when they do arrive. I don't think they've got long-range scanners. We'll have to go and check what's going on. But they're trying to refuel before we get established. So so these ships will hopefully be refueled by the time that they have to then meet this invasion force, which is coming. The fourth fleet is our invasion force, which is now moving off to pick up more troops at the homeworld. So they're moving off. So this is our troop transports. The fifth fleet is just a small defence force. So these aren't very powerful, but I've got two of them. I've got the fifth and I think the ninth are both here at Gulrath, which is where we're going to be sort of seeing a lot of the attacks. The sixth fleet is moving to the Keralua spaceport. That's the one that's moving in to try to defend this world right now. So they're sort of they're scrambling. The seventh is Moving to Citadel. Now this is actually one that is a smallish attack fleet. This is a raiding fleet, which I may move to the north, but at the moment it's like a police force back down in this direction. The 8th is essentially staying also back here as a police force. So I'm keeping the 7th and 8th back there. The 9th is another small fleet, which happens to be at Gulrath 1, so they're back in the north again. So I've got 2 fleets that are keeping back in this way to keep these guys honest. I've got the 1st fleet, which I'll probably end up taking to the front lines. I don't have a 10th fleet at this stage, so that's all my fleets. So really it's just going to come down to scrambling to try to protect against whatever happens in through this other side. So the first thing we have is the big attack coming in at, was it Gulrath? Yeah, at Gulrath. So the big invasion is coming in here at this stage. So this is actually the, if we just go back and grab and have a look to see what we're up against. 23rd Invasion Fleet coming in with 30 infantry and 3 armour. So they're coming in with their ships. Now these will be relatively easy for us to pick off even though we've only got 2 defence fleets in through here. They're moving in around from the side. This one here hasn't built its defences up. We've got a number of troops, like about 10 troops on the ground, which is not going to be enough against their invasion force. But we do actually have a spaceport, which they sort of have to take out as well. So they're going to need to take that one out before they can really do the invasion. But it does give me an opportunity now to go off with these. This is the 9th. So the 9th is attacking the Reckless Firestorm, which will be one of these. There it is there, with 5 troops on board. And then we've got the 5th back in through here. So this is the 5th fleet. So, and it's moving in as well to attack the Wrathful Desolation, which will be another one of these leading ships. There it is there. That one's got an armour, like 1 armour. The armour is much more effective than anything else. Let's just go to half speed and we'll just sort of watch what actually happens in here. So they should be within range now. So these are mainly just going to be heavy escorts and small ships. We do actually have some heavy frigates, but no destroyers in this group. So we're now using point defence to try to stop their pulse cannons. Actually, no, it's not pulse cannons. What the red one is, what have they got? Have a look to see what their... no, it's impact. No, that's not it either. One of them is firing red. Must be with this one here. This is a frigate coming back in. Yeah, they do. Actually, it is. The red ones, I think, are the pulse torpedoes. Oh, that's actually different again. Pulse torpedoes are different to the to what I thought we were up against. So we're now sort of we're being picked on in here. Our ships will run if they have to, but we have to stop these guys. So we can see that they're starting to come back down now. I'm just going to let them auto to a large degree. Here comes the 5th now as well. They're coming in to do their invasion. We need to turn them back. They're travelling fast. That one should jump away. There we go. Now, the 23rd Invasion Fleet has been detected travelling on attack fast before Gilrath 1, which is what we've seen. I'll just dismiss that message because that's exactly what we're fighting right now. And they're moving pretty fast through space. Let's have a look and see what they've got. Their design, the hyperspeed is really fast, but the sprint speed is only 59. We're faster than that, so we should be able to catch up with them fairly readily. This one as well is the other... This is the... so we've actually been able to turn this ship back. If we just go back to the 9th again. We'll keep on going with that ship. That one seems to be wanting to jump away. No, it's still going forward. We need to destroy it before it can drop. Okay, research new technology. Yeah, I'll accept that one. We've got a few other war missions that we had up through here as well. Destroy a mining base. But we'll do them after we've actually done these defences. That one's starting to sort of come back down. Now that will wait until the other ships are in position, so we do actually have a... That's now trying to jump away. We'll just keep the 9th on top of that one for now. If we can destroy troops, it would be good. What have you got in there? This one's also got armor. So we need to be destroying... Actually, I may have to let that one go. That one's jumping. That's no longer going to be part of the fight. So we now get the 9th again, and now we'll just attack this one that's nice and close. The 5th are still coming in, and so they're going after this ship, so we have to try to stop it before it can launch its troops. Nice and close there. This one is jumping away as well. Jumping. Yep, that one's jumping as well. That's now taken damage. It may be that they're actually... that one there is another transport, which is still targeting their world. So we just need to get them to jump away. That's got 6 on it. So there's still the invasion is still... They're relentlessly trying to push this invasion. As they turn to jump... Now, I don't know why that one would be jumping away so easily. It's trying to escape, which is not too bad. Heavy frigate back in through there as well. Let's just go back in, so with the 9th, and change now to attack this one. So we just need to get them to turn away, which that one now is. So that one's escaping. So the 5th, it looks like that one is still coming in. That one's still coming in. So let's go after this troop transport. That is the Anarchy. Yeah, that's okay. So we're right on top of them as they're coming back through. Now this one is this one's coming in to try to capture one of our ships. So we have a ship here that where the shielding has dropped enough for them to try to get us. So we may have to allow some of our ships to escape. Let's have a look and see what's going on here. Are these guys still moving off? They're bypassing. Now that is interesting. That's going to Venex with a large group. We don't actually have... What can we use to protect Venex? Venex is one of our core worlds. The only hope I've really got... Like, that's now gone into the nebula to refuel, but Ninigi will then be a bit of a problem. Let's have a look at Venex. What have we got here? Because Venex is a... we've got 51M here. This is actually a smallish world. We do actually have a major world here, but that's not going to be that's not going to help us. We have a lot of troops on the ground here. Now, if we let this invasion go through, yeah, I've got to think about what to do. That's a much more valuable world for me. I've got the 6th right here. I'm going to keep the 6th going up to Kuralea, but I've got nothing much that I can bring back. I'm not going to get back, even with where they are, because they go through hyperspace so quickly. I can't really get back to this. Now that's going to mean that they're going to have a presence in this system, but we do have other ships that will be coming back as well. So let's have a quick look and see how we're going with a first. The first is still moving across to that hive ship. Everyone else is doing what they're doing. This is the 4th invasion, going back to load troops at Anthar. We do have Venex, so they're not going to be able to take the Venex main world. I'm going to give up that small world, and then we'll come back and retake it when we need to. It's not going to be difficult to do that. So I might as well do that with my invasion force once they actually do claim this one. So we'll just keep on moving up to Kuralea. They also have a group of ships in through there, which we don't know what they're up to. But Gulrath is, for me, at this stage, the important world to protect. So let's just go back and keep on watching this play out. Just trying to escape. That one. It's jumping. just as they get closer. That one's now jumping away as well. There's still some that are wanting to invade. I don't think I'm gonna. I think I would like to try to kill off some of these ships. That one's escaping. Don't know why that one would be wanting to escape. There's not too many of them left really that are still going back in. That one is. That one's trying to escape. That one's pretty much destroyed. Let's destroy some of these. It's trying to escape, and it does still have its jump drives on. So let's just go back to the 5th. Might as well get rid of some of these. Yeah, hyperdriver's now offline. We don't need to worry about it. That one's still got its shielding up too high to worry about. That one is still trying to invade, so we'll get the 5th now back to here. And attack that one. So I'm just sort of microing which way I'm sort of tackling these. That one is still looking to invade, so we've got the 9th in here. Attacking the Angry Scourge, which is that one there, so that's fine. So we'll be able to pick this one off whenever we feel like it. There we go. We just felt like it. Nothing on the world yet. Now that one's trying to escape. I'll try to give it time to go. And if I keep on giving it orders, it's going to not escape. So we'll let that one go. It's escaping because its shielding is down too low, and this thing's coming over to try to get it. That's all good with where we are there. So we're going back to the 9th, no, the 5th, to sort of finish off what we can in through here. That one's trying to escape. So that's the Immortal Phantom, and that's the one we're attacking. Where are they going? They're now going to switch targets to Raltier. So I need to be at each location with a strong enough force to push away these invading forces. So they're going to Raltier now. They've now changed targets. Let's just see if we can somehow take this one down before it jumps away. That one should now switch around. Yeah, it's now going off to invade Raltier. So Raltier is the one that we actually have down in here, where we've got a big fleet here. We've been able to scramble a fleet across to that one in time. We're not going to get a fleet here, unfortunately, in time. So that's a little bit of a problem. So at Raltier, we've got 2 fleets now coming in against that one, which is fine. The 6th, I'll just keep out at Ninigi. I'm just going to have to, as I said before, sort of we're playing whack-a-mole, but we're actually, well, I guess we are the whack. We're whacking the different groups that are coming back through. We do actually have the 2nd fleet is coming back through as well. Ultimately, once I get this one up into Gulrath, back up through here, we're then going to have a strong force to be able to then go off and do different things at that point. But we have a little bit of a way to go before we sort of get those there. Let's just go back up to full speed now, because we're now just going to be waiting for other fleets to arrive. Small craft are attacking this one. Should just get rid of those. Need to be looking at that one. Built a planetary bastion at Athfar 1. Yeah, I'll keep on building these. Dismiss that one. So what are these designs? That's a destroyer that's been disabled. God, I'd love to capture one of these, but I don't have capturing ability with this fleet, these little fleets. Yeah, their crew quarters have been destroyed. All right, well, we'll come back for these. That one there is still active, that destroyer. Yeah, that would be very nice to get. Now that one's going to be jumping away. We still actually have these as well. These are frigates. So going back to the 5th again. That one's taken a bit of damage. That one's probably a bit closer to what we can do. All of these have taken some damage. It's just going off to lick wounds. Whose are these? These are ours. Where'd they come from? Didn't think they'd be from here. Yeah, they are. We've got 9 small craft. And that looks about right. So what have we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There's the bombers. So 2 bombers and then and 7 of the interceptors. So these are actually these are operating from here. So they're actually they're helping all the way from around this other side. So which is great. So they're going to be they're going to finish that one off. So we don't even need to worry about that one. So we can just get even the 9th to. The 9th has taken a bit of damage with what they were doing. I might have to change one of these up into a massive fleet as well, just to be able to sort of keep on top of things. Yeah, so we've got a few ships have been destroyed. Not as many as I would have hoped. There goes a small craft. We've got little. That's pretty cool. They've got little pulse cannons there. Decline that one and assign mission 7 strike force to repair an attack. Yeah, I assign that mission. So that is a small carrier force that we have, which would be quite useful up this way, but they're on the other side of the galaxy, so really just have to keep them with doing what they're doing. With everything that's coming back in through here, yeah, so we'll just take these things out where we can. There goes this more small craft. They'll finish off these guys. Ninth invasion fleet to Raltier as well. Yep, just miss. We're at Raltier. We're just going to get our fuel up. That's really the last thing there. God, these are great. These are really pumping. So these little bombers, I've got Epsilon torpedoes on these, which are great. Like these actually have they're not great against shielding, but they destroy ships once the shields are down. So the bombers are working very, very effectively. And these guys look to have pulse torpedoes or pulse wave cannons. 2 pulse wave cannons in through here, which also have very, very strong armor bypass. So for finishing things off, these are awesome. So they're just going to rip through these particular ships. That's disabled as well. That's disabled. Who have we got over here? That's the 9th. The 9th is trying to escape. We have taken a lot of damage to our shielding. Let's just go and tell them to go and attack this guy. And we'll get the 5th as well to attack this one over here. We gave them a blood nose, which is good. Comes the small craft again. That's picking up. It's transporting cargo. There we go. So offer map sharing to galaxy map to the Miletus. I'm going to decline because I think that they will ultimately be an enemy in the long term. So I think I'll decline that one. So. Let's give that a miss, I think. Yeah, we won't do that. I mean, it makes them more friendly towards us, but I don't know for how long. Now this one is still coming in. This is still part of the 23rd, but is actually attacking one of my ships, which has got the shielding down a little bit as well. So we get the 5th to take this one out. These Dayhut ships are fairly relentless. That one's still coming in as well. Interesting. Small craft will go off to attack this one here. Okay, so we've got lots and lots of ships coming in. We've got the 16th Strike Force to Sagita. We can't do anything about that one. Second Invasion Force is travelling towards Gulrath 1. Okay, we will be... Well, this is Gulrath 1 in through here. Now, that's the 16th, which is not the 23rd. Sorry, it's the 2nd. So we now have to get these ships back in order again to then be able to hold off on the next invasion that's coming in. And we'll have a quick look at this one. They've got the 20th Fleet, the Dayhuts, travelling on attack vectors towards Ancot. So we'll have to look at that for that one as well. We're going to see lots and lots of Dayhut ships coming over the horizon. So this is the 20th Fleet that we've just picked up. Ancot in the Venex system. So they're coming into Venex as well. We're not going to be able to hold on here. So this is the Venex is going to be a tricky one for us, a tricky prospect. We're getting close now to the hive ships as well. The second I might switch back over, actually. I might re-task that to get that one to refuel here at directly at one of the refueling stations in here at Anthar 1. I'll just go and tell it to go and refuel at Anthar 1 spaceport. That way we'll be ready to sort of move across to Venex when we have everything prepared. So we're now here at Nanigi with the 6th. The Strike Force is also coming back up that way. This fleet, we wouldn't have ever caught up with that one, so I might as well keep hold of Raltia. So we still haven't seen anything else arriving just yet, but these guys do need to refuel. So that's the 3rd, and they are pretty much refueled except for some of the heavy escorts. So their refuelers will now just be going around transferring fuel to the various ships in the fleet. So what the refuelers do is move to go and fill up their fuel tanks, and then they go and actually, like when the fleet's not doing anything, they'll just move from ship to ship and refuel it. So I'll keep that one there. We do have a direction that we do have to go and target though. So Sagittaria, they're actually moving into that middle section. The 22nd Fleet. Take the Evil Courage. These little guys here. This is a problem with the 5th, and you can see there that we've got ships that have escaped because of the lack of shielding, but which protects them. But they're going to have to come back in because we've got another wave coming in very, very soon. So both of those fleets have taken a bit of a beating in through there. So that's the 2nd Invasion Force is invading Gulrath 1, but why is it going back there? So this is one that's got 2 infantry, 16 armor. There's going to be a hard one as well, but we're going to have to. They're very, very close because they can jump so fast. There's a big group of ships there as well. We don't know. Oh, hang on, do we know what they are? No, we don't. But they're on their way as well to another location. No idea what they are. So we don't have the vision on those, but they look to be heading towards Gulrath as well. So we've got a fair few, like this little fleet here is going to have a lot of work to do. And we may not hold on. Hopefully we can get the high fighter base. You can see how important those little fighter craft are to what we're doing. So we've got the 26% there for the high fighter base, and we just need to make sure that these have they've got 80 interceptors, 1 bomber, so we need to build up our bomber force again. So we'll have a little bit of time before they actually do come in. In terms of money, I do have a few here. I'm thinking I either make myself a 10th fleet and build it in through this other side, but we don't have enough for a major attack fleet, but we do have enough to bump up our defence. We've only got 2 defence fleets in the whole, like everywhere. And yeah, it's a hard one to know what to do there. Yeah, so Falcon's saying, Gizarians, everyone will be your enemy in the long run. Yes, they will be eventually. Hi, Zaradin, how are you going? Saying, small, oh, there we go. Thank you for that. So I'll just go back and change. So small is, how many zeros have we got? So we're looking at 40M. That doesn't make sense, does it? Let's just go back and change those numbers. Thanks for that. I didn't even see that come up. Tenry is saying, you're playing with plagues. I think we turned that off. Sorry, we missed a lot of comments here. I'll just go back through the comments, and now that we've got a little bit of a respite between fights. If we go back to automation and then construction. So large was 9 zeros, so 3, 6, 9. That one's right. So that was, and then we've got the medium was how many zeros there? 9 zeros again. So we've actually gotten rid of one of the zeros for that one there. So what have we got? 1, 2. 1, 2. So I'm miles off here. So that should have been. Let's just go and change that one. So that was going to be 1 more 0 as well. So I'll just get them back to defaults. So 3, 6, 9. Yep, that's okay. And then we've got the small spaceports were 7 zeros with 4 at the front. Well, let's halve that. So 3, 6. Yeah, so I'm too big here. So that's our 7 zeros. I'll make it 2. It's only 20M. That's not right, is it? These numbers don't make any sense. Anyway, I'll leave it. Put it back to default, just so I can at least sort of see it there. So that will be 4. All right. So that's what it would have been, I guess. All right. Thanks for that. Yeah. Anyway, we'll keep on going. So I'll just read a few of the comments now that we're sort of getting a bit further in. Sorry, I've missed a heap. I'm going to have to just see if there's anything where there's specific questions. Tina is saying, do you mean Corvette or did they add cruisers? Oh, I might have been mentioning, talking about at that stage, No Man's Sky. Yeah, I think Corvette was what they had. Trying to change the fleet to tight formation usually helps with fleet cohesion. Yeah, I'm on very tight actually with these fleets. I shall just double check those. Let's go back to the 5th. Go back into set tactics. Go to advanced. Yeah, I'm on very tight there. And the 9th should be the same as well. All my fleets were set up to very tight. Yep, there we go. So we're keeping them really, really tight in through there. Oh, hang on, no, that was when you guys were talking amongst yourselves. Sorry, that's okay. Can't wait for the Paris expansion. We did that one before. Playing with plagues, no. I'm on the fence to ask Eric if they plan on adding a built-in mod builder alongside a built-in ship designer. Everything else, yeah, I don't know. I think it's so complex. I don't know if they would. It'd be good to ask him though. I think that would be way down the line. If just guessing. There was a question. So, is a large spaceport at lower than 50M not efficient? Well, we don't even have access to large spaceports at this stage. So I'll have to sort of wait until we sort of see how we go. Right, we've got that one. So the card art looks really good, almost AI-like. It is AI-like, actually. The card artwork is a mod. A lot of the stuff, and it is AI generated. The modder actually uses AI in that case, but it does look good. It's got some good stuff there. Yeah, it is a mod. It says Mad Ben, it is indeed. All right, so we've done those. Over on to YouTube. God, where did we get to? Hi, Jay Jenner. I think I don't know if I said hi before. Yeah, so StarData saying there is actually a powerful alliance mechanic in this game. Not many people get their diplomacy up to the necessary levels to use it. Yeah, we're not going to be able to do that ourselves. We're not really a diplomatic faction. He's going to try to cover up his poor defence planning with technology. Yes, pretty. Oh well. It's sort of. I really didn't. I wasn't expecting the attack from the north. They did have some forces. That those little defence. These guys here defending this planet are what we had in the north, and we had the third up here as well. So technically, I thought I had enough, and I arguably still do have it just enough at the moment. But it's not going to be easy. So now just heading off. Marion is saying, I have difficulty seeing a difference between my Distant Worlds and Distant Worlds 2 game. They're so similar. Is it just me? It's wildly different. They are same premise, like where you've got like the private sector, but the game is so much better. Distant Worlds 2, like it really is. It's not just the fact that it's 3D, but the 3D then adds a lot of strategy and tactics to the game. So even with the fights that we're doing, and we'll see it when the small craft really start to rattle forward. We've got a friendly pirate there, we don't have to worry about that one. But as we, I don't think there's anything else we can just, look at this one here. Now, where are these small craft heading off to? Can't see them actually, they're hard to pick up. There they are. So what we'll find is ultimately when these guys are doing their thing, they'll actually end up, they'll target, actually this one, they're targeting this ship here. This could be quite interesting to watch. So we'll actually go back to half speed. What we can see, and this is actually one of the big differences in this game, is that these little interceptors are now smashing their way across. Now there's 7 here, there'll be one that's just been built, and so it will probably have just launched from in here somewhere. That's not them. But we've now got 8 and 1 bomber. So there's 1 bomber was destroyed. So the bomber will be slower. That's the bomber there. So it's actually also coming across to attack the this one here. Its shielding is down a little bit. So every single small craft has got its own design. So this particular small craft that we sort of see through here has got a Nova core reactor, so just its reactor in through there. Two small engines, which does give it fairly high speed, so it can sprint at 98, so it does move at double the speed of the enemy ships at this stage. It's got 2 Epsilon torpedoes. These are nowhere near as powerful as the big ones, but they fire very, very quickly. Like, so their actual firing rate is every 1.2 seconds they can launch a salvo of these. It's got Corvidian shields down through there, which is reasonable shielding, and iron sheath armor there for iron protection. So these are powerful little guys. But the interceptors, I'm really, really impressed with. Like, these have got these tactical interceptors, and you can design these up yourself. But you can see there's a field of fire. Now, for these, they're so maneuverable that it doesn't matter what the field of fire is, because they're going to be able to line up anything that they like. And so if we have a look at the, we've got 2 reactors on that one. That's interesting. I don't think we would have needed that. Oh, maybe we do, because of the these pulse wave cannons. But these do smallish damage, but they do bypass armor. So they only do 4 damage, but they do a lot per second. They've got a firing rate of every 0.23 seconds. So these are like machine guns when they actually sort of fire them. Let's go and follow one of these guys into the combat. I might just do a quick save where I am, because when you do watch it from, like if I go into one of these small craft, and we'll just watch what it does, and then once we get close, actually before we even get to the enemy, let's have a quick look and see what it's going to be facing. So in this case, we've got a medium troop transport with its shielding coming down anyway. It does have some troops on board, so it'd be cool to sort of kill this one off. And so this is actually what this troop transport's got. And again, we can see the Dayhuts have got very, very good ship designs. And we can see down there, they've got 3 weapons on this one. They've got a weapon at the back through here, which is a buckler repeating blaster. Now this means that no matter where we go, they're going to be able to use. This is an interceptor, a point defense weapon, and so this will then go up at intercepting fighters. It will do a good job against our fighters. So it will then sort of be targeting our fighters, and so that will be its main defense against the fighters. And it can fire anywhere around the ship, like in the original Distant Worlds 1. So that particular weapon is going to be effective. And then it's got a couple of impact blasters. The impact blasters aren't really designed as intercept weapons. These are just basic weapons. You can see down through there, it does actually do damage against the interception range of 600, intercept targeting minus 10%, intercept energy per shot 20. The firing rate is every 6.8 seconds, so it's not very strong. Whereas this one here, the buckler, in the middle there, which has got the full range, has got a volley fire rate of every 0.1 seconds. It has an intercept targeting of plus 30%. So this is designed for targeting small craft. So what we'll see as we get into the fight, we should start to see this, like we'll try to get in behind the ship. So in the original game didn't have to do this, but our ships will try to get in behind because that's generally the most vulnerable position or part of any ship. And they will then start to fire at this thing and follow it in. So let's just go and watch what actually happens here. So if we go into the into our small craft again, I'll just grab one of these ones in the middle here. If I go Control B, I'm going to then go to the bridge, and if I go Control T, I'm going to trail it. So I'm now in trail mode, like I'm sort of now watching from behind. Quite often you don't get to see the actual ship itself. And so if I now just let the game go, actually that's not showing it, where is it? So that wasn't it. It's bridge mode, where is it? We've got, where's the bridge mode? Go Control B, or Shift B. Shift T, yes. T is trail, Shift T is trail. So if I go this way, we're looking at the spaceport. There's the target there, and so we're coming in now towards this particular target. We can see that there's a couple of those cargo shuttles now leaving from here. We'll just go and unpause, and so we're now just tracking in behind this particular ship. So that's the sun in the system. It will then start to fire its blasters. Let's go down to even slower. So we're just, it's a bit jerky with what's going on through here. We don't get a quarter speed. Let's go Shift B again. So we're sort of looking from the bridge of our ship. As we get closer to it, we'll then start to come in behind it. Here, those little red things are the buckler blasters. We veer away and then we'll come in behind it. So we now veer into it. There goes some of the little pulse cannons to try to take this thing down. We then are coming in as well. I think we're targeting it now actually. So we're getting really close in behind it. It's a bit hard to see. I wish we could actually change the angles. So this other ship is trying to target one of our ships. There's a pirate ship there as well. We've got other ships in the fleet. Pirate ship's attacking it as well. I just can't see down, unfortunately. I'll just go back to... so that was the one that we were looking at. Let's go to this one here. And this one is actually... that one's struggling now. What about the other one? That it doesn't have any armour. Actually, none of them do. Just go back to this one. Just go to Shift T and just trail it. That's the other ship that was there. Damn. Got another war that started. Honour the Defence Treaty and declare war on the Karamoja. This is in the south. This is deep in the south. It's been attacked by the Karamoja Royal Dominion and causing us... Now, the Miletus will be able to handle this, but I'm still going to do it. I'm going to honour the Defence Treaty and declare war. So, now, this one will still be trying to spin around. It will spin around very, very soon. I don't know why it's taking so long. Here we go. Flipping around, and then we'll start to target this ship again. There it is. So we've been behind it. It just unfortunately, God, I'd love to be able to actually actively see what's going on here. I'll just go down to top-down view and then just have a bit of a look. Now that ship looks to have jumped. Let's go to tab and just get our view down to sort of where it was. Yeah, it looks like they've all left now. So anyway, it was hard to sort of see that, but those little ships do a great job. Now that one's possibly trying to pick up. Take the Trusty Scoundrel. Trusty Scoundrel is a transport that's not one of ours. So that's actually a Miletus transport, transporting cargo from this particular mining station. Just go back to Shift Q as well and just get it back to facing the true north. So anyway, I didn't explain that all that well, but their small craft did take a bit of a beating from that ship. You've still building 7, so it's trying to get its bombers back up. But they're it's quite different, those fields of fire. Like they do change the strategy a lot with the way the game is then played. Now we've got the 9th, which is now spread out all over the place. Just going to go back across. Now we've got another fleet that was coming in. Now this invasion fleet will invade Gulrath 1. That's going to be the next. Well, they have to go back and refuel first. They've got they've got an admiral and a general on board. That's going to be a hard one. Just get back up to normal speed again. We're going to need to go and face. Now this one here is now moving away. They're moving across to invade Rail Tier 1. But this whole 23rd Invasion Fleet has actually taken a massive blow. It still has a lot of troops, but but we've destroyed a lot of their ships. So that's just a remnant of what it was. Which is good for us. Let's just go back around the corner. Hi Chirank, how are you going? Long time no see. I don't think I've seen you for a little while. Maybe you've been just quiet. I do miss a lot of comments when I'm playing these games. So 5th, I'm going to move them around to the starport. So I'm just going to tell them to go back and well, I can just go and tell them to either refuel or repair. Refuel and repair at Gulrath 1. I want them to do that through here. I'll just go back to refuel at Gulrath 1 spaceport. And the same with the 9th. The 9th did take a bit of a beating. And get them to also go back here to refuel at Gulrath 1. Now they're already pretty much refueled, but we just want to make sure that they're fighting fit. Now we've got the 55,000. Now we could build up one of these fleets. If I had an extra attack fleet, that would be extremely useful. What I might do is I might change this the role of the 5th from a defense fleet, which is fairly minor, to then just pump up the other bits and pieces that we need to make it into a high level fleet. So if we go across to the fleet template, you'll sort of see, sorry, it's the fleet template is a defense fleet, which is what these are. But I do actually have attack fleets as well. I've got raiding forces, which are more carrier based, and I've only got one of those. Actually, there's the carrier fleets down through there. That would be a smallish upgrade, but it would actually then mean rejigging all of these ships, whereas the attack fleet will just add more ships to the fleet. And I think I can do that one if I change it. If I go and click it, what does it want to add in? So from existing ships, it'll add 2 fuel tankers across. It will build new ships for 50,000, 1 escort and 5 more frigates. New ships cannot be afford to be built. 93,000 credits of another 3 escorts, 3 destroyers and 2 cruisers. Now, that's too many escorts. It's a different type of escort, I think. So that's not really what we want. So I'll just go back to my defense fleet. That way we don't have to do the upgrade. And if I just go back into my military tab, go back to fleet templates, this is a good way of just managing things. And let's have a quick look and see what this is made up of. So latest design for the hull heavy escort and latest design for the hull heavy frigate. Got 4 escorts, 5 frigates. I could add just some some cruisers or even destroyers into that if I wanted to. The attack fleet, it's got 10 frigates. There we go. That's why there's so many of them. And 8 escorts, 3 destroyers, 2 cruisers. So yeah, that's the same. It's still heavy escort. The frigate is a specific design because we do actually have 2 different types of frigates. So I should really change anywhere I've got a frigate. I should be changing that across to the to making sure that it's that specific design. I've got a frigate carrier version 2 as well. I think I might change. I might just have a quick look and see what we've got on our fleets with the big destroyers. Yeah, these are heavy frigate version 2s. I might just go back and make sure that they stay as those. So in the defense fleet, we just go across to edit this again, and I'm going to change the frigate, because we've got multiple designs, to the heavy frigate version 2. So that will be the one that we always make sure that we have, which means we don't have to go and change anything. That's just keeping those consistent if that's what the design is. But I think we do change it to one of the attack fleets. So let's go to the 5th, and that's going to then give us a heap more ships here. So I think we will change that one across to attack fleet. And then what we do need to then go and get is, so we ended up with 8 escorts. We've only got, we can bring in, building new ships. We can afford to build the escorts and frigates. I'd almost prefer to bring their destroyers and cruisers in though, more so than the others. But let's go and do that. Let's just go and add these in as a build queue. Don't know where they're being constructed. Nothing being built there. So this will be built from home. So the 5th is now an attack fleet, and it will then just get stronger and stronger over time as we get more and more money and then sort of feed it in. We're doing well with our war scores up through here. We are going to have to now watch in the south for more attacks. There's going to be a lot of pausing, unfortunately, with what's going on. I'm going to change the role of the 7th. It's going off to attack unknown sort of adversaries. I'm going to need to keep that one back in Shidar. So that's going to have to change its role from raid to defend, even though it's going to still stay as one of these cruiser fleets. And I'm just going to tell it that its home base is back down in the Shidar system. This is the Epia spaceport. I'm going to go and tell it to go back there and just go back to refuel. So I'm just sort of overriding its role, but it will still stay as defend. And if we have a bit of a look at that one selected, it's defending all of that, which is not terribly bad. And then we still have the 8th in through here as well. The 8th is defending a smaller area. I think we might do the same with the 7th actually, just change its range down to just 50m. That way it's just really looking after itself, just because we're so stretched in through this other side. 4th invasion fleet still limping its way back to the homeworlds. Just about to go in now with this particular attack, and we still have attacks coming in here which we can't defend against, but we will eventually. Alright, so we are going to lose a world, which isn't great. Let's see how we go against these. Now that one's moving off. Where are you going? Take the Specio mining station. Where's that? It is in there. Alright, so we will sort of catch this hive ship. Now the hive ships are another completely different category of beast. You'd like to see it in this storm if I just let it go forward a little bit. There it is there now. So these are incredibly powerful. Hive frigate has got its own hive engines, impact assault blasters, which do a lot of damage, phaser lancers. So these are much more high level than what we have. The first, what I might even try to get the first to do, which is coming into attack, is we do actually have boarding assault strength there. Now we're moving into there. I think I'll just tell them to switch now to the attack Attack the angry stab. That was the angry stab, wasn't it? There's no other ships. I'll let them continue on their merry way. Yeah, that's the angry stab there. Let's get the first. We're going to run out of fuel here. Let's go and switch over now. Each Iron Storm has got like a why is that not wanting to go there? Each Iron Storm has got its own colour, so if we sort of hover over the nebula boundaries, you can see that's an Iron Storm, which will then disable the ship. So we'll end up with some sort of problems with what's going to happen in through here. But let's just go and get the first and just tell them. Oh, where are they now? What are they doing now? Yeah, they want to bounce back out again. I'm going to have to tell them to go and refuel. Before we go in, so they'll go back to there, then we'll attack that way again afterwards. All right, so we've still got lots of action coming in here. This is way too fast for us. So that one will just go in without any problems. It will do its invasion. Ninth coming in to Encot. Dismiss that one. So unfortunately we're going to lose that small planet. So I've got the frigate is under attack and the Gulrath system. They back again. What are you doing back? Right, so this is the 9th. So we'll just attack this one. I'm micromanaging this because I want to try to make sure that these guys all stay together. And that one I can just keep on getting more ships queued up. 11th Invasion Fleet, heading towards Gulrath. Now this is from the Alara Eden Retreat. I need to just keep on seeing which direction they're coming from. The 11th is coming back. Now this is a fairly powerful grouping through here. Like, you know, they've got a lot of ships. So they're coming back in as well now. Grab that one. Yep, so we'll just dismiss that one as well. Admiral dismissed. Poor skills. Okay, well, that's not good. That is not good. Just keep on focusing on one at a time. Just trying to jump. 12 Strike Force, Venex 1 Spaceport. Now that's not going to work. I think we can defend that one. Venex should actually have the Hive fighter base, which I don't think, so I don't think that'll be a problem. One's gone. Now we do need to sort of keep these now around this side of the planet. So the 5th again. Let's go after this guy if we can. One may start to jump as well. And the 9th. I'll just keep these all together. Now these guys have to get their shielding back up again. Like all of these are going to have, you know, wounds from their previous fight. So, you know, some of these will be okay, but a lot of these will have different issues. And that's just a cargo shuttle. We don't have to worry about that one. These are the 9th again, just coming back in for, so they'll sort of start to get around the other side of the planet. Yeah, so the 9th is sort of spread out all over the place. The 5th, we are still building up these other ships. And I can build yet another ship there. So I'll just keep on getting as many of those as possible into that fleet. So the 12th is now coming back in as well, the 12th Strike Force, which is, that's the 16th. Well, no one's coming in here yet. Oh, yes, where they are. Here they come. So this is actually the 23rd Invasion Fleet now coming in. This is the one that we've been destroying from the other side. They move so fast. So with the third group that we have in through here, we now need to smash these. Now we don't actually, this is like a smallish outpost. And we've only got like a very, very minimal troops, so we do have to destroy these ones very, very quickly. That one there, 3rd Defence Force, just one of them jumped in there. He's going to have to get out of there. It's a heavy frigate. If they can land troops, we're in trouble. But we have much more firepower now. Got the big ships now. Oh, damn it! They're on the ground. So we've got colony invasion going on. We do have space control, but we're not going to be able to hold this off. So we're going to have to now take this planet back as well. It's only a smallish world. It's only got like some Boscarans still living here. So it's not dramatic, but they're now sending in their troops. So the troop, that there is a troop transport coming into the actual world itself. We will smash the others, so they won't be able to land everything, hopefully. That one's still trying to do the invasion. In fact, there goes another small one there as well. We're trying to use our point defense to stop it, but it's not going to happen. So we're going to lose this world. So yeah, here comes the next invasion. Now, one good thing about this is that this world wasn't really worth a lot to us anyway, but we're now losing. They've destroyed a base. We haven't destroyed very many of their ships. We are doing fairly well against these guys, but they're now going to get 2 planets off us. So we'll go and attack that guy. Just make sure that we attack. So you can see there, our big cruisers have got tractor beams to sort of to suck these in so they can't escape. That now frees up, because we're going to lose this world. We're not going to be able to hold on here. So even with what they have been able to land, we're not going to be able to hold on. So we're going to lose this world, which means that this fleet can now go and defend somewhere else or attack somewhere else. So we're going to sort of free up this fleet as well. So they can't escape. Bang, they're gone. Now this group in through here, they'll be trying to get away as well. So we'll just go and smash these. Now that's a looking for the ones with the actually that one's got a general on board. That looks like a great target for us. Just hold on a little bit so that they don't turn away. 11th Invasion Fleet to Cruelia. This again is now something else we're going to have to do. New general appears. Colony lost. Ancot is now gone. So Ancot was invaded and taken over immediately. So they now have a foothold in Venex, which is one of our home systems. They're not going to be able to hold it, but they will actually go off. So that 9th Invasion Fleet is refueling at Ancot now in the Venex system, and will now pick up its troops, I would imagine, and then go off somewhere else. Yes, we don't have any real protection back down this other side. Here comes the 2nd, trying to get into here. But we just can't keep up with what they do. They've got a small defence fleet moving off. They've got strike force. I got rid of that message. Coming fleet detected. The 11th. So where's the 11th Invasion Fleet? We're now losing This one badly because of the lost colony. So that's going to impact us in a very, very negative way. It's the 23rd again. Still the 23rd as well. What have we got in here? 11th. Oh, that's the 11th there. The 11th shouldn't be a major concern, I don't think. They've got a lot of, again, they've got a lot. They're moving off down into here, where we do actually have ships. Yeah, I'm not sure what they're trying to achieve there. We've still got a big fleet in here now as well. So this is the 6th, and the 6th will be. We just need to. Trying to attack the 28th Strike Force, which is here, which we don't need to follow. So let's just go and tell these guys to go back and refuel at this world. We've only just arrived. And its home base is the Corellia spaceport. So I'm just going to go and give it a job to defend and just make sure it's really, really tight at, say, 50M. So that's only going to be really defending. So the 6th ultimately will just be in this region. That's actually even too far. Let's go and change the 50M down to same system, I think. So we're just literally going to look after that system. With that group, Gulrath will eventually hold on, I think. Raltia we're going to lose, so we're going to be even further behind. So we've still got to scramble and bring everything back. So now we'll just try to get rid of these Alara Eden Retreat guys. That's the one that we want. And just get one of here we go. This is a deal breaker destroyer, but we do actually have the big cruisers as well. This light cruiser, we're trying to suck this one in with the. It's trying to jump, but we're trying to hold on to it with our tractor beams. So the tractor beam is activated against this particular one, and if we can hold on to it and stop it from jumping, hyperdrive is now offline. It's just come back online again, but it's not going to make it away from here. And so we have now got one of their generals. So this is, not a great general, but we get to destroy a few of their things. This is their flagship. And so that was pretty cool actually seeing that, because the big cruisers that we've got, wherever it is, destroyer, there it is, these light cruisers have got tractor beams on them. So the pulse cruisers with a medium tractor beam, which stopped that one from escaping. And so this is why getting these big fleets is just so valuable to us. And then we destroy it. Now, we could destroy it. Is there anything on this one that we would want? Not really. No, we'll just destroy it. There's a tractor beam again. And we smashed it. Now there will be an escape pod in here somewhere. There it is, with that general on board. You might as well pick him up. Escape pod. Here we go. So they're just going to grab that general while we're here. Now we will lose that planet. Just pause that again. New mining station completed. That's okay. The new escort completed as well. Incoming fleet detected. 9th invasion has been detected travelling towards Corellia. Again, we've got a big fleet at Corellia. We don't have any real problems there. That'll be the new 9th. No, that's the 11th. So they're all going across to here, which really doesn't bother me. So that's not going to be an issue because we do actually have the 6th waiting there. As long as it's got fuel, it'll be okay. 3rd has done a good job here. 2nd coming in, that will then be able to defend the home systems. And then once we get the 4th, we'll then be able to take these worlds back. They're not even that valuable, these worlds, to be honest. But certainly in terms of war score, it's hurting us a lot. So that's the only real losses we've had so far against the Dayhuts, was the 3 troops that were defending that Ancot, and we've also lost the Ancot itself. So we'll keep it going. Have we seen any other movements? That's the 4th invasion fleet going back in. The Miletus should be able to really push hard against the Karamoja. Being at war with the Karamoja does give me a little bit of an advantage out here. There's some stuff in here that I want. Like this one here, the Shoggoth is hyperdrive and reactor research. There's another one as well that we had looked at before, thinking it would be pretty cool to grab these. There's hyperdrive and reactor research. I thought there was even another one out here somewhere. I thought there was 3 that we were looking for. Maybe there? Nope, that's not them. Yeah, I thought there was another construction one in this region of space somewhere. Maybe it's here. I might have a quick look and see again at the Karamojas, because if we have a look at our 8th fleet, we do actually have a strong boarding assault strength. So we could certainly use those to go and capture those other locations. Our war weariness is now starting to kick in, which is a bit of a problem because we are now losing the war here. So we might as well grab what we can. Let's just quickly go back and do another search for research facilities, and we just want to have now a look at the Karamoja research centres, which will probably be down this way somewhere. In fact, I can just zoom back out. So we've got those 2 there. There's another one back over here. That's not one of ours. That's a yep, it's tough. That's okay. We don't have to worry about that one. Might be the homeworld. Spaceport. Where's their where is it in here? Let's have a quick look and see. Yeah, 17 construction research, but that's in their homeworld, so I can't really go for that one. I'll just leave it at that where that is, and we'll just continue on doing what we're doing up through here. The first is refueling. So they're all now refueled, and now we have to go back in and destroy this this guy here if we can. Let's go and capture. Preparing. Actually, we'll just go and attack it. Attack the angry stab. So we'll start to try to get in and get rid of that one. Yeah, and then we're just miles away up through here. Got a long time before we can sort of bring things back down. Just don't have the money either. That's gonna get worse as well. So more frigates will then start to come back through. Colony invaded. So we're still fighting on here, but not for long. We do have space control. That's about it, really. Yeah, so Dayhuts, unfortunately, I should have checked and made sure I was in the right side of the planet. Without actually having this one built up, it's a bit of a problem. We will eventually get it back, but this is a big loss. So the 3rd fleet can now move off. Probably go to Gulrith. Like this, might as well make this the new homeworld for it. So just make that one. I'd send it there. Oh, its home base is already Gulrith 1. Okay, so we already had established that beforehand. And we just happened to be in that region of space, so we sort of looked after that. This one was going off to destroy a pirate faction. It was back on the other side of this region, so we sort of brought it back when the war started. But there's a lot going on through here. Gulrith is going to be sort of like where the main attacks are going to come in. And so ultimately we have to hold that one on, hold on to that one, and then eventually get these ones back again. Now Venex, did they abandon that world? No, they've still got it there, but they are lifting everyone off. So that this invasion fleet will be going elsewhere. And Venex, we should be able to hold on Venex, I think. Though it'll be interesting to see how we go. Been wiped out. 9th invasion fleet. Another little moon. They're picking up all of the little crappy things that we've had. So, and again, I can't defend that. It's too fast. They're going to be there before I can do anything. Gee, they just swarm. They absolutely swarm. Okay, how are we going in here? Because this will be then the next one that's going to be then coming. Where's our system? There's a hive ship on the other side of that one. Yeah, we've got the grouper actually out this way. We do have a spaceport here. Let's get a few more troops. So can't even afford them. Alright, well that's probably going to be the next one to fall. We're going to be losing a lot here. Gee, this is not good. And that route here was worth a lot. This one's going to be worth even more. These are big important planets now. Comes another big force, 20th Fleet. Look at this. Look at the strength of that one. 13,000, 23 ships. And it's trying to bombard Venex 1. So they're going to come down here. Now the second has to get across to Venex 1. So this one's going to have to refuel and then try to get there just before they get there, because we don't want Venex 1 bombarded. I like that the AI is doing bombardments. Like, this is actually sort of, we haven't seen this really much before in the past. So that's actually pretty cool. Gentleman Scout saying, haven't seen much Distant Worlds 2, but the entire universe of Distant Worlds 2 seems very vast. I'm impressed. It's great. It's just awesome. It's complex, though. Now, this is the second invasion force invading Gulrath 1. Okay, now we need to stop and make sure that these ships are on this side of the planet. So we need to get there in time. So the 5th is going to have to move to where this is. So move there. The 9th is already in the correct location and refueled, ready to go. But the 5th is all over the place. So we need to get all of the 5th back into this location over here. Let's just wait for this invasion to come. So we have a lot of protecting to do, a hell of a lot. Now they move so fast through space. Okay, Kevin has evaded detection. Still a galaxy map. Okay, that's not really all that important. Incoming fleet detected. And again, I just don't have the ships to defend against that one. 11th invasion, attacking crew layer. Jeez, we've got so many of these Dayhuts and Alara Eden ships coming in. It's been quite tricky. Well, this is the next one, and we're not going to. The 5th isn't going to get back here in time, but we're still building 3 more bombers. So we're behind with the bombers. We are 97% here with the 5 fighter base, but then we have to build every single fighter. So it's a tricky one, but we have a lot of troops on the ground here. Just garrison these troops as well. It's not going to be able to defend well though, so we just have to get rid of as many as we possibly can. If it comes down and they land some troops, we should be able to fight off some troops, but not all of them. The 5th is not going to jump either, I don't think. I think they're going to just slowly move their way around. Let's just watch and see when this fleet arrives. It's right here. We can't react fast enough. Now that one there is, yeah, going off to Venax. We're not even going to reach there before they start their bombardment. Let's just wait until we see these guys arrive. Some of the 5th are coming back in. The 9th. Alright, let's go to half speed and just start to focus on these. So these are not important, these frigates. They do actually have an admiral on board, which would be pretty damn cool to capture. It's these guys here that we have to get rid of. God, it would be good to get that admiral though. But there's going to be a heap of them just arrive all of a sudden. So the 9th, I'm going to stay back over here as well. Just going to get them to move. The 5th is also going to now need to move just back over into here. Now, where are they off to? Oh, they're invading Cruella as well. Second invasion force. Yep, so they're going to Cruella. So they've decided that this is too strong. But Cruella's also too strong for them. Except that they've got wave upon wave going into Cruella. Invading Cruella there as well. Another ship. Now why have we still got... The 6th really needs to make sure that they're back into here. No mission, which is fine. So just stay where you are. This group is coming back in as well. So we've got all these different invasion forces coming into Cruella. So that's sort of where it's all heading. The 2nd is almost here now. That needs to really then go and refuel. At least we're now getting more and more fleets. Now the 3rd is moving up to Gulreth. Yeah, I'm going to have to just keep the 2nd for protecting these systems. We still have a fair bit of time there. The 2nd should refuel fairly fast, I think. Let's go back up to normal speed and just watch these fleets as they come in. One should have arrived. I think they've all just stopped. I might see if I can actually smash this one. Actually, hyperdrive offline with this one already. In that case, guys, take him out. Take out that admiral. Attack the aggressor and the 5th as well. Yeah, so it's taken iron damage, which is great. Small craft are already there. Smashing this thing. Another iron cannon. Those blue things are iron cannons. Which disable. Brief light. Okay, that's fine. Now the 9th. Does have a little bit of forces there. Let's capture this guy. And the 5th as well. Okay, our ally is doing well. So there goes the invasion forces. So we just need to get a lot of these on board. 8th Strike Force. Titan Othic 1 spaceport, I don't even know where that is. It's a big world. Oh wow, that's miles away. So we've got another force coming in. There's the hive swarm heading off again. I'm just not able to catch this guy. We've got to finish that one off. The first just aren't reacting. I think I have to go in, stop, and then just keep on going and following it around. Let's just see how we go. Now, strike forces aren't going to worry me so much. It's attack forces and invasion forces are the big problem that we have. So we've got the first invasion force coming in through here. Fifth invasion force is attacking Cruella as well. Stage at Zealong. So they're going to come in from the south, which is a problem for us. Just let the game run forward a little bit here. So we need to smash this, then go and protect against that one, then go and protect against this one coming in. And then we've got this one as well. So Cruella has really got a lot going on. Decline that. Okay, so we'll dismiss that one. Strike Force probably won't really do much against a spaceport, so I'm not going to worry about that one so much. How is the second now going? That's good enough. Let's get across. So we need to get to Venex 1. Ancot we're not going to be able to get to. Venex 1. Now, that one there does have some interceptors and bombers. Venex 1 does actually have planetary bastions, armor barracks, and a high fighter base, so it does have good protection. But this one's coming down further. So what's it doing? Oh, that's just a strike force. Where's the... Yeah, it's not big. We've lost sight of the other ship, the other fleet that was moving through here somewhere. It must be in here, just where we can't see it. That one there, we're not going to be able to do much. Oh, it's only got 2 infantry, 1 armor, but we've only got smallish forces here. So we're really not going to be able to defend here at all. So we're going to lose that one as well. Yeah, this has been a fairly disastrous session, actually. The second, I need to get to Venex. Yeah, no idea which way they're going. I think we know that they were coming in to bombard this planet, so let's just go across and tell them to refuel at the Grand Hotel. That way, at least they'll be in the right position for the attack. Okay, well, this is now going to be the big attacks coming in. Yep, they're all coming after Cruella. This is a really concerted effort now to take this world. Just need to keep on trying to... Oh, we can't. We don't have any money. Now, the 6th is now going to have to move to this side of the planet. How are we going with our high fighter base? It's up and running. That's good. So we do actually now have this one established. I wish we could see... I might just mention that one. Like fighter bases to see how many fighters are there. Feedback, because it's 24, but 24 of what? We just don't know. Like we're not getting the information on the hive. Like the hive fighter base should say fighter capacity 24, and then give us the rundown as to how many are being built or are actually there. We should have nearly. I think they should all be there, so that should be okay. But we're just going to get the 6th and just move it around because we're now going to be fighting from this side of the planet. Here they come. She's moving into there first. That's interesting. 11th, Cruella, 9th, Ebro. Yeah, which we just can't defend that one. Well, now we need to go to the south with the 6th, although we still have another fleet coming in this way and this way. So we've got 2 of them. Oh God, this is they've split their forces up. Not good. Now that one, where's that? Oh, don't tell me we've got that as well. That's back in that world. Hive ships coming in that side as well. Where's the first again? First is trying to move off now to attack this hive ship. All right, back up here, back up here. I don't think we can protect against this. Not with 2 directions at once. I'm not going to be able to defend that planet either. Oh boy. I really can't stop this. Well, I'm going to have to hope that my fighters go off and defeat that one. There's all the hive. There's the fighter bombers there, but the 6th is not going to get there in time. They may be able to swarm enough to take this out. 20th Fleet of the Dayhuts. Here we go. So Venex 1 is the target, and they are closer than we thought. There they are there. So big fleet coming in. The second will get there just in time. So that one's actually okay. Hope this is all making sense. I mean, we've got so much going on. We've got this massive invasion now of the Nenigi system, with Cruella as the moon that they're trying to take there. In the Capella system, they're going to be taking that other moon very, very soon. Venex is going to be bombarded by this planet, by this group in through here, the 20th Fleet, but we do actually have our second fleet, which is a lot lower in terms of its strength, but we do actually have the protection of the planet there at Venex. Venex is one of our homeworlds, so that's actually a big problem for us. The 4th is still slowly making its way back to Anthfar. It's been coming back from in here. These guys are just defending this edge of the galaxy, and we've got the 1st attacking the hive swarm here. So there's a hell of a lot going on. Like a hell of a lot. So anyway, let's continue on and see what we can do. This is it's impressive seeing the AI do what it's doing, to be honest. It's very, very cool. Let's just keep on going in here. This is going to be the important one, I think, initially. There's just so much going on. When we get to the hive ships, I think I'll actually have a bit of a look. But these guys, are they splitting off? They should swing south. We need them to take this out while the 6th takes this out. So the 6th is now going to have to just go after these guys. There's only 2 there, 2 there. Well, let's just go and smash these. We should be able to take that out. I'm just hopeful that these fighters will be able to then do their job in the south. So you can see this little swarms coming this way. Destroy enemy troop facilities. That's too hard. Enemy fleet detected. Should be there. Yeah, bro's going to fall. And this is going to make our war units go down even worse. We're going to lose this war. 6 is moving off. Really got to hope that these guys get smashed by this small craft. Oh, don't tell me they're peeling off to other things. It's jumping away. Please don't start your invasion yet. You're in position. Our small craft are being eaten away. Yeah, we're going to lose Cruella. God, this is dramatically bad. Dramatically bad. This is actually a Zentavia fluid planet as well, so we have to keep this one. This is so important. This particular world. I'm going to have to get defense bases, I think. Okay, so are these guys still bent on invasion? They are. We do have a general there as well. 6th. It's trying to escape now. I just got to push him away. That's all I can really do. So these are all Gulrath 1. I've lost the colony. We are losing badly here, guys. Losing very, very badly. Now that's trying to jump. That's now trying to jump. That one's still coming in. That one's now moving off. They've now got different... they're going to go and try and invade Cheleb. And Cheleb is... where? Way down over here. Which is what we're sort of seeing through here. So Cheleb is going to be their next target. And we do actually have a planetary bastion, TIE fighter base, planetary administration center. Don't have any money, so I can't get any more troops there. The first, how are you doing? Keeps on missing this guy. I think I'm going to have to just stop chasing this hive ship and go and start to use it also back in through here. Wow, the AI is impressive, I've got to say. This has been an incredible attack. This session has been just amazing, actually. I love seeing the AI perform like this because this is tough stuff. Now, that whole group is going off. What about you? What are you doing? It's the 5th invasion. It's still trying to invade the Cruella. So it's still trying to get to this planet. This one's now done. It's now got no mission. So that we have held off again yet here. Like this has actually now worked again for us. But we can't catch up with them, so we can't jump ahead of them, which is a big, big issue. We'll just go down and start to attack this one through here. Small craft are still zipping around in here, but I don't think there's that many of them left. 2nd invasion fleet. Travelling towards Cheleb. I can't get there. Cruiser is under attack. Venex 1, show me. This is now the big attack where we actually have our forces defending against a bombardment fleet. So this is not an invasion fleet. They're here to bombard. And so what they have, these are frigates, destroyers. We've got wave bombs, which bombard population primarily, and pulse torpedoes, which do a hell of a lot of damage as well as a bombardment weapon. So we now need to destroy this. We do have the hive fighter base, so we'll have protection there a little bit. So the 2nd is now going to have to do the job of destroying these. We do have the small craft in here. 5th invasion force travelling towards Gulrath 1, show me. 5th, where's that? More coming back this way. Another 4th fleet. What do we got here? No troops there, luckily. They're coming in to bombard. Yeah, so they're now trying to wipe us out. So this is really, really cool. We have the 5th invasion fleet as well. Is now moving up to try to invade Gulrath 1. This is actually where we've got those. We've now got 3 fleets here. We do actually have the 3rd defense fleet, which I'll use mainly for doing the defense of this one. So let's just move that one around to there. Take that part of the planet. We now do have the high fighter base up and running. So we should be okay here. Now we do also have the 5th, which we are slowly building up, but we haven't got all of the ships in this one. They've actually got ships spread out everywhere trying to be built and then move up to this location. So we've got like a fair few helping out here. Now that we've got the 3rd back here, I could send the 5th back to also start to defend other systems. Like this all-important planet here. I might do that. Just get them to refuel there. This is only half being built, this particular fleet. It seems funny sort of moving them away now, but the 6 will now continue to try to destroy these guys. I think we've held off enough there. Then we've got another wave of them coming in back over here. So the third fleet, just move it into this location. Actually, the 5th I will keep there as well, because we do have a bombardment fleet coming in, and the 9th as well, which is also here. Just get them around to take on the invasion fleet. So just move them around. Here we go. Now we finally have the attack going in against the hive ship. So the hive ship is we've finally caught it. So our first fleet is surrounding it. This is going to be hard. I'll watch this one now. I'll have to come back to Venex as well, but this is these ships are really tricky. It's not too bad. I may try to get away. Actually, now that we've got it to there, I might tell these guys to go and capture it. If we can get on board. Oh wow, I think we're going to be able to do it. That, guys, is now one of our ships. That's awesome. All right, so we've taken a hive frigate, which is super powerful. That's good. Ooh, bombardment of Venex has now started. We'll have to come back to Venex. And incoming fleet detected. Dismiss that as well. Okay, so with what's going on here, with this guy here, I'm going to now add that one to the first fleet, and we'll now get the first fleet out of here. So so we managed to capture that hive ship very, very quickly, which is awesome. It's got some amazing abilities. with what it can then go and do. So that will be a very, very valuable addition to the First Fleet. Let's just go and get them now repaired somewhere else. At Brightwick maybe. So, yep, so refuel and repair at Brightwick to Spaceport. We'll go off and do that. So that will, we won't get to Cheleb in time, but there's nothing much we can do at Cheleb other than maybe drop these guys there, but they do have some strength. Yeah, maybe that's the way. Maybe Cheleb, instead of going off and getting these things done, let's just take it to Cheleb and tell it just to go and refuel at Cheleb 1. That way we're going to have like a lot of troops here, which we could then sort of offload if we need to, but also some space combat with the troops that are there. So let's go and do that. That's going to have to try to sort of hold on. Venax, this is now the bombardment happening through this other side. So we need to stop. We're going to see the quality will start to go down. Damage is only 0.2 at this stage. We have to be careful. The planetary bastion, these have all taken some damage. Yep, it's the armor barracks and the high fighter base. So they've all been damaged slightly. Okay, so we've got the second here. Just keep on pumping these through. Now, they're all attacking. So it doesn't really matter where we start. Let's just keep on rolling past it, I think. It's the 20th Fleet. These are all the 20th Fleet. Why isn't that one bombarding? It's a frigate. Well, we can just, with our second, we can just keep on sort of rolling past the destroyers. The destroyers are probably going to be the big ones. Just do what damage we can. We're sort of all over the place here. These are definitely on their bombard, so we'll just go into the middle of these. As we come past, we'll be doing more damage. They're coming back as we attack them. They're stopping the bombardment and moving around to attack us. That one's still bombarding, so we'll just go for that one. That one's still bombarding as well. As we go past, our guys will pick them up and destroy them. So as we do it, we're pulling more and more of them back out of the fight. So as we attack, the bombardment stops. So just keep on rolling forward here. So just sort of smash them as we go through. He's doing well, a good job here. I think we've sort of stopped the. It's still trying to bombard. That's only a frigate. That destroyer has been disabled. That destroyer is losing its cohesion. Frigate there. The frigates I don't think have got anywhere near the firepower of the destroyers. Pulse torpedoes are doing 10. They're probably the big ones we have to concern ourselves with. These frigates. They do have one. Yeah, they do have one there. So, but the destroyers have got 2 of the pulse torpedoes on board, which is what they're using for bombardment. So we'll just keep our second sort of rolling through here. God, there's so much going on here. 18th Invasion Fleet. Moving towards Cheleb. Alright, that's interesting. 9th, going back to Gulrath. Smiths. Gulrath, again, 2nd Invasion Fleet. Venax 1. 12th Strike Force, they're going to try to take out the spaceport, which is... should be able to defend against a strike force, so I'm not too concerned about that one. Might need to get defense bases, I think. Because I don't think we're going to be able to do much against these guys. Incoming fleet detected. The Timothek spaceport as well. That's just a strike force, so we should be okay there. Doing okay here. We're sort of smashing this particular group. Let's have a look and see what else is going on. So we've protected that world. I'm glad I moved that second across to there. Gulrith is being targeted. Like, they're all coming into Gulrith now. We still actually have an invasion fleet there, which is also going off to Gulrith. So I'm thinking that we've done a good job here. That one's been disabled, that destroyer. Where's our fleet, the 6th? Where are they going this time? They're all over the place. Back you go, guys, back you go. This is too important. So we want them to refuel and repair back at Corellia. So we'll just get them going. I'm just going to keep them set to manual. Okay, so that's that one done. Then we have the swarms coming in this way, which we don't have any arriving just yet, but we're going to have them all at the south. So the 3rd needs to get down into here somewhere. The 5th needs to get across into here. And the 9th also needs to sort of just position itself on this side. Right, we're at 87% now with our construction specialisation, which is still not going to really help us. The 5th, I can now possibly get another ship. Yeah, I can get one more escort. We'll do that. God, it's been a scramble, hasn't it? Against the Dayhuts. I've got to say, the AI has really outdone itself with the with what it's done here. Like, this is I haven't had this sort of much scrambling that I've had to do, you know, for a long time. I mean, the last run was also quite tense. The first is still slowly trying to make its way outside of the nebula, so it's going to take a little bit of time for it to get back out to Brightwick, and then we'll be able to use it as well. Geez, the Dayhuts though, God, they've really smashed us. Really smashed us. Now, Venex is probably really where everything's just happening at this point in time. Let's just wait until we get something happening back at the Cruella or Gulrith. They're going off to attack Venex 1 spaceport now. Becomes a small craft again. Having a high fighter basis helps enormously on these big worlds. And we've still got disabled ships at the back there. We'll come back for those. We need to now go and protect this base, so we'll just keep on bringing these around. There's the second back there. Go back, I can then pick up the attacks. Take Venex 1 is what it wants to do. There's another group coming in, so this is actually a strike force, which is only small. Don't really need to worry about that one. That's 9th Invasion Fleet is going to be attacking Gulrith as well, so it's actually grabbed, you know, some troops, but they're now getting stretched. 4th is still just very slowly making its way around, which isn't going to be able to do that much. Venex is now really where the Gulrith is now where the big fights are going to take place. They're all targeting in on that one through there. 6th, come on, bring it back home, guys. Bring it back home. We don't want them out here. We want them back in at Nenigi, in the Nenigi system. It's fairly important. Well, I think we've scrambled relatively well. We've certainly taken, like, we've lost 3 planets, so we're a long way behind now in what's actually gone on through here. So we've lost a lot of points with those invasions. All right, Venex again. I'm glad we got there with the second. You know, it sort of you know, this is a good start for us. They're moving away from the spaceport. For now, they may be preparing before they do the attack. Our ships will move in. There's a lot of debris in behind here. Hopefully we find some velocity drive technology. I would love to get that one. 9th Fleet going to Gulrith as well. Yeah, there we go. Actually, I might just go and have a quick look at this one. It looks like we've now got fleets coming in. This is a bombardment one, which we do have to destroy. But we have all these other invasion fleets coming in. They're a little way off before they do it. Where's that one going? Cheleb. Which is a long way off, so we may be able to get the first across to Cheleb before they get to do what they want to do. And that one's going back up to Gulrith as well. With the bombardment fleet now is going to be the problem coming in here as well. So we've now got, what's that one there as well? That's a 23rd Defence Fleet, which is only small. But I sort of run out of time today, guys, so I'm going to actually leave it here. This is a bit of a knife edge with the with this attack. What are we going to do? I might just set up my attack, actually. So we know that the 3rd has got the big ships in it. So the 3rd is actually my more powerful fleet. We've got a couple of admirals in there, Sev and another admiral. So we've got 2 admirals in there. Sev is one of our really high level admirals. Got a few named ships in here as well, I think. Or maybe not. Maybe not. Anyway, what we'll do is we'll just go and start to tell them to go and attack that one there. The 5th. If I move the 5th away from this location, I do have the 9th as well. Might keep the 9th going back in around to here just to defend the planet. And then get the 5th to also then come back and help with these attacks. It's mainly the destroyers that we need to go after, but the closest ones are going to be these. So we'll just go and attack these guys. But I will leave it there. So thanks for watching. And how are we going with our fighter bases? They should be all built up. Yep, they're all built. That's good. And Gulrith does have the high fighter base as well. So this will be an interesting battle next time, I think. So, looks quite stressful now, says Von Schweinhut. It has been indeed. This has been a really tough battle that we're losing. We're losing it not badly, even though we've lost 3 planets. We've taken none ourselves. We've scrambled it fairly effectively. We've kept the 3 big important planets in this region. We still have another big important planet around at Cheleb. It's interesting that the AI is actually bypassing all of this defences to go after the soft underbelly, which I find fascinating. Like it's doing such a good job. It's so impressive to see the AI doing this. Yeah, it's really cool. Really cool. Anyway, I'll leave it there, guys. Thanks for watching. And yeah, it's a big one. The next time should be equally as much fun. I think it's going to be a little while before our wariness is going to start to kick in fairly soon, and we're going to start to lose a lot of money. Actually, I've got enough money there, maybe with the 5th. No, not quite enough. All I need to do now is to build up my three destroyers and 2 cruisers for the 5th, and that's going to be helpful. But we're still building up. Like this one's under construction, so we're sort of slowly getting the 5th up to a higher level fleet, and then the 9th will probably look at doing that as well, I'm guessing. Or we change the 9th into one of our carrier fleets and just to see how that one goes. Anyway, guys, I'm going to leave it there. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow if you're around.